I'm sure if you're a fan of theater, you've already seen this post that Andrew Lloyd Webber will not be opening up Cinderella on the West End. And my thoughts of the show itself aside, this is incredibly heartbreaking for the cast and crew involved who won't be able to open a show that they've been working incredibly hard on. If you're not aware of what's going on in the West End, there's been a lot of canceled shows and postponed opening dates due to positive COVID tests amongst cast and crew. There's also been a lot of going back and forth on what the safety guidelines are for theaters in terms of the audience, whether theaters can fill to full capacity or not. Up until today, you didn't have to show proof of vaccination in order to enter a theater as a ticket holder. And we're seeing a lot of the results of that with what's happening to these shows. And it's kind of heartbreaking to see. And I have a lot of mixed feelings about this, especially as we start to see more and more indoor theaters begin to reopen here in the States. We already have one Broadway show, another one's coming in a couple weeks. All of the touring productions of Hamilton are starting back up again within the month. And so I think there is a lot to kind of learn from this and to keep an eye out as we begin to see these indoor spaces reopen. We are seeing differences already in how theaters are handling their safety protocols here in the States, including strict vaccination guidelines for all indoor spaces that have already opened or that are going to be opening up soon. You have to show proof of vaccination in order to enter the theater unless you're under the age of 16, and then you still have to show a negative COVID test. And while theaters will be filled to almost full capacity, they're still not selling the first few rows of the theaters in order to keep the audience further away from the cast on stage. I'm also interested to see if they're going to reblock shows like The Lion King, where they walk through the aisles to keep the cast away from the audience in scenarios like that. So yeah, while I have very mixed feelings, I am hopeful for those safety guidelines. I think the next big test is going to be in August. We're seeing 3 different touring productions of Hamilton are going to be coming back, and that's going to be the biggest cast and crew to date coming back to an indoor space, with all of the cast and crews being vaccinated. But with breakthrough cases, it'll be interesting to see what happens in those spaces when people get sick. And yeah, so let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. This is an over 1 minute video, so you won't be able to duet or stitch, but if you do want to hand stitch, feel free, and let me know what you think and what your fears are.